Welcome back this morning. In downtown Seattle, the vacancy rate is now as high as it's ever been, 37%, according to the Downtown Seattle Association. That now means more than a third of all office space sits empty, and that's causing property values to plummet. We pulled property tax values for the top 10 most expensive buildings downtown.
They frame it as a negative, man. Oh, the property values are going down for properties that are so expensive and so overvalued that no one can even afford to keep businesses open there. And they're like, this is a bad thing. I know. Sounds like they should lower rent prices then. I really wish they would make it public information how much the businesses that operate in a commercial district have to pay. Because I think a lot, like, people complain about coffee shops charging $6 a coffee or whatever. Have you ever asked the owner of that shop what their rent is and how much it's gone up over the past 5 years? See, like, the cost is coming from somewhere, you know? The cost is coming from somewhere. Your local corner coffee shop probably isn't getting like a 90% return on every cup of coffee sold.
Here's a few examples. Number 10 is the Amazon HQ block in the Denny Triangle. 3 buildings valued at $503 million back in 2021, 5 years ago. Today, $183. The office.
See, red text. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Everything's a speculative vessel. Everything's a fucking... Jesus Christ. $14,000 a month to rent a corner shop in Newcastle. That's fucking insane. A little corner coffee shop, $14,000 a month. That's insane. It's literally less square footage than a regular house. It's like the square footage of an apartment, but for some reason, if it's an apartment, they charge, I don't know, whatever, $3,000 a month, depending on where you are. But then if it's a coffee shop, they get to just up that 5 times. It's insane.
At $999, third is the next most valuable property, $532 million 5 years ago. Today, the value is down half. And what about the most expensive building downtown? The Columbia Center, the tallest building, 76 stories, prominent on the skyline. In 2021, its value was $850 million. Today, it's down more than half, a value of $377 million.
It's bad. Oh, red line, it's bad. It's bad. Renting an office space or, building a business in the lower floors might be more affordable now. That's bad. You, Seattleites, should be upset that the value of this gigantic tower has gone down, even though you will never in your life experience any prosperity if it goes up. Your life is in no way affected by its value going up, but its value going down is bad, even though its value going down means rent costs will go down, which means there can be more coffee shops in the low level. It's bad. It's bad for you that things are affordable, actually.
John Scholes, the president and CEO of the Downtown Seattle Association. There's one key reason for businesses fleeing their office space right now.
These are realities that other cities in our region and around the country are dealing with too. Hybrid work and post-COVID, all of that, right? But they're growing jobs and we aren't. Yeah. Bellevue's growing jobs. Seattle's
absolutely growing with jobs. The 100, okay.
Not.
And according to an insider with Bloomberg Business, the U.S. Bank building downtown just sold. Blackstone, which owned the tower, reportedly sold it to Spear Street Capital for about $280 million. Maybe that's less than half of what Blackstone paid for it 7 years ago. That used to be a bustling hub. We used to go down there to Palomino for lunch all the time. There was an FAO Schwartz back in the 90s, so things have changed, but I tallied it up, maybe $3.7 billion. That's the property tax hit just these 10 buildings have amounted to.
Wow. Well, you heard Scholes talk about Bellevue. By comparison, Bellevue's vacancy rate is about 24%.
So still empty.
It's still
in a lot of ways.
But they have lower property values, so people can afford to. Well, Bellevue's a fucking pit anyway, so we don't need to compare ourselves to them.
Significantly, obviously, there's more vacancy in Seattle than there is in Bellevue.
Right.
But it is interesting to compare those two cities and whether or not businesses are moving to Bellevue and not staying in Seattle.
It's a disturbing trend, for sure, to say the least. You hate to see this. And I talked to Scholes about it. He said, these kinds of things can be reversed. It will just take time. Policies, no more heavy business tax. Businesses, as we've reported here, say it's just a hostile business environment to live in Seattle right now. So things need to change, according to Scholes.
Well, and there's also the tech sector that is facing a lot of layoffs and job reduction. So that could have an impact. There's so many different factors.
They're not legally allowed to suggest there might be a relationship between high rent costs and businesses not being able to stay open in Seattle. with a 37 or whatever it was percent vacancy rate, you're really telling me that the rational economic decision, if you want to attract business, is just to lower the leasing cost for these offices? Does that not make sense? Does that not make sense? Like, genuinely, explain to me, like, how does that not make sense? Why not just do that? They haven't read Adam Smith yet? Yeah, probably not. Oh man, this shit pisses me off so fucking much, man. You can just take a look. We're looking at LoopNet right now for like leasing costs for businesses in Seattle. This right here, Cherry Hill Medical Campus. It's just a big hospital, office building, whatever else. You want to open like a medical practice here? How much will that cost you? Okay, this is a massive hospital, massive office building, plenty of room in here. Six available spaces. Term 3 to 10 years. You know, medium to long term. What kind of costs are we looking for here? $45 per square foot per year. So that times 1,000, only 1,000. Wow, that's okay. I guess just one little suite. So what? $45,000 per year for one little box, a tiny little box inside of this building, and that's relatively cheap too. Try to find something on street level. It's a cruel joke, man. We could have so many interesting shops, but instead we get nothing. Say thank you. Yeah, I know people are sick of it, but the reason why when you're walking around literally any part of Tokyo and you can find like a billion cute little shops everywhere is because they never stopped building housing in Tokyo. So so lease and rent costs are low. So it's really easy to just set up a business. You can be like a little auteur artist who only sells a couple of pieces per month, and you can afford to have like a workshop underneath your apartment. In a lot of places in Tokyo, even like places that are very high foot traffic, you can just open a little workshop apartment. Even if you're not like, you don't have to be like a crazy successful. I said this before, the way it's set up right now is unless you are exceptionally lucky, it is always the best decision with your money to just dump it in the market. If you open a business, you are making a mistake. If you are a chef and you open a restaurant, you are mathematically making a mistake. You are fucking up. You are sacrificing your future. It would be more sensible of you to produce no work at all, to not use your talent, to not do anything, to not contribute to society, and rather just put your money in the market. It'll go up. Are you a hobbyist? Are you a chef? Are you talented? Are you an artist? Whatever your talent is, unless you are exceptionally lucky, and you won't know that except after you've risked everything, unless you are exceptionally lucky, it is better for you to just put it in the market where the money will sit doing nothing rather than to open a corner store and serve your community. In the USA, artists and merchants usually sell their wares at fairs and festivals. Yeah, because they can't afford the fucking real estate space. Yeah. Local artists sell it like once a month fairs because it's more affordable than having a damn corner shop, even though there are thousands of corner shops that are closed and aren't opening and haven't opened in years. It's a fucking joke, man. You wonder why medical costs are so high? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but look at this. Cherry Hill medical center, okay? I've walked past this place a million times. Totally ordinary medical zoned office building, whatever else. What do? If you want to open a practice here, what kind of money do you have to shell out for the lease alone? 5 to 10 years, 5,600 square feet, $42.50 per square foot per year. So what's that? What's calculator app. I'm gay. I suck dick. I can't do math. What is it? 42.5 times 5,601 equals $240,000 a year for a minimum of 5 years. If you have a medical practice, you need to shell out the like salary of a doctor on the space alone. Even though, again, 37% vacancy. That's not counting utilities, overhead costs, paying wages. You have to pay for a fucking secretary. Insurance costs, yeah. Hold on. Let me look for like a non-medical leased building. Oh, here's a cheaper one. $15 per square foot per year. In this shit-ass building. Elliott Bay Views. I see you. In Belltown. Oh, I know this neighborhood. It's not that bad. What I want to find a place that's like street accessible, so we can find an example of what it would cost for like a local. Hold on. I want to find a street accessible location. I'm mostly seeing just office buildings. Let me see if I can find. Hold on. Seattle retail space leasing. Here, Property Shark. Let's go with Property Shark, okay? Hold on. Here we go. This looks like it's what I'm looking for. This is on the first floor. It has one photo listed. Phenomenal, okay? So here you go. Here is a retail space right here at the bottom of some disgusting plastic 5/1. You get to be right next to a postal service, or maybe the postal service is closing because our country is dying. Maybe the postal service is closing, okay? So in this, I'm going to assume, you know what? Let me check the neighborhood. Where's the map? Where's the neighborhood? Rainier Court. Where am I looking? Oh my God, it's right off Rainier Avenue. Okay, guys, I'm being so fucking for real right now, okay? This is not a good part of town. Rainier Avenue, for this section in southern Seattle, any knowers in chat? If you know, you know. Anyone driven down Rainier Avenue? Anyone driven down Rainier? Put your hand up if you've driven down Rainier. Rainier is fine. Come on. Street view that building? Sure. You know what? Let's do it. Maps. Rainier and 33rd. I'll find it. I'll find it without even needing to type it in. Let's find Rainier. There's Rainier. 14th, 24th, 30th, 33rd. Right here. Are you ready? Oh yeah, man. Prime fucking real estate for a coffee shop. Right next to the damn auto dealerships. Oh, and a Crash Champions. Oh, yeah. No, real prime, really walkable. Ah, yes. Here we go, right here. This is here's the property we're looking at, folks. We haven't even done the math on the price yet. It should be this one right here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. Ah, yeah. Is that an impound lot? Yeah, probably. It's not too bad. I've seen worse. Guys, well, let's take a look at what it costs, huh? So in this neighborhood, right here, okay? 27 per square foot per year, 3,031 square feet. So that means, 27 times 3,031 equals $82,000 a year. Or divide by 12, $6,800 a month in rent in this neighborhood. Trust me, I have been here. People do not be walking down this street, okay? This is not a walkable neighborhood. And for some reason, this property, this poor soul food restaurant, $6,800 a month in rent. So every month, like at minimum, like somewhere between like 70 and 120 meals are just going down to the rent. Not utilities, not food costs, not wages, nothing else. Just rent. And this is in a bad part of town, relatively speaking. Rainier's not that great. It's really not. This is not in like imagine how bad it is in the damn commercial districts. And then you have to make a profit. You have to make a profit off of this somehow. No wonder restaurants always close down, man. Jesus Christ. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, huh? Okay, so we've seen like that part of town. What about an area where there is some walkability? Let's go to Capitol Hill. All right, let's take a look at these properties. Patent 523. That's not street level. Broadway Market. Oh man, this is inside. This isn't even on the street. And for lease, contact for pricing. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Contact for pricing. Jesus Christ. Here, let's check down here. Can we find some transparent costs that are like a street level? I'm just trying to find something for comparison, like a coffee shop, you know? Harvard Market. Union Street. I wish these photos would load so I could get a feel for what we're talking about. Pike Motorworks Building. Sure, man. Pike Motorworks Building. Space, retail. This isn't on the first floor. Can I get like a first floor? Can the images load so I can get a feel for whether or not we're looking at a single floor property or like a 5/1? Because it just these are like office properties. I want to see like something that could be turned into a coffee shop. Those are the images? Yeah, I bet. Coffee shop located in B1. Wait, what did you see? They might just not have pictures posted. I mean, that's fucking gay. Can you filter for like the floor? Is that possible? It's not like I use this. Hold on. Property type, retail, mixed use, building or property name, lease type, listing at it. Would there be like a, hold on. Building area maximum, 10,000 square feet. That'll cut out any massive office buildings. Saxton Apartments. For lease, contact for pricing. First Hill Retail. What do we got? 1407. 1407 14th Avenue. Hold on. 1407 14th Avenue. Google Maps. Right off Union. 1407 14th Avenue. Seattle. Washington. Okay, give me the lowdown. Drop the pin. Here we go, guys. We finally have it. We finally have it. We have a good example. I've driven on this corner a million times. This, you know what? I'm proving my cred. This is where they had Skillet. The Skillet was located right here. Is it still there? Oh, it's still, oh, permanently closed. See? Yeah. See? Yeah, I got my digs. Right over here. We're right next to a famous gay bar, too. Right here. Diesel. Yes, sir. Look at that. You can tell it's grungy because they paint everything black. All right. So what are we looking at right here? We're looking at, presumably, actually, we're looking at, the Skillet itself. We're looking at the property of Skillet, right? Is this 1407? 1 second. I don't want Google Maps to show like a pop-up like, oh, this is exactly how close you are to right here. No, that's 1402, okay? So it's got to be right next to it. Ground floor, we're looking at right... We're looking at right... Lovely, it's not even built yet. We're looking at the in-construction property right across the street. So 1407 is going to be like here, or something like that. It's going to be like that. So one of these. So it's not even built yet, okay? 1407 14th Avenue. And for this property right here, oh wait, for lease contact for pricing. Fuck! Oh my god, I bet it's fucking pricey as shit too. Piece of fucking... Our restaurant was charged $15,000 a month in South LA before... In South LA?! What's the area around UW look like? Not even anything listed over here. This one's cheap. $10 per square foot per year? Oh, this is just like a house. I'm noticing a lot of contact for pricing for places that are like potential coffee shops. Like we were seeing a lot of straightforward pricing for regular office space, but for apartment buildings where the bottom floor could potentially be a coffee shop or whatever, they're a lot more tight-fisted with their pricing transparency. Nasty, nasty stuff. I'm sorry. I know we've been on this for a bit. It is important to understand like why urban decay is happening, though, in my humble opinion. At the end of the day, it's a simple matter of supply and demand. I mean, Masaigu, to an extent, yes, but it goes past that because the decisions that are being made here are objectively irrational. Like 37% vacancy in commercial properties across Seattle, rent prices no one can afford, businesses just sitting fallow for years. It's because the real market isn't happening on the lease end. It's happening on the speculative investment end. Like the economic game it feels like we should be playing right now is, can the property owners make money off of the leases that they offer to people who run businesses there? But the real game is, can they resell this entire building for $50 billion to China like 5 years from now? You know? So it's a mismatch in economic priorities.